I mean, this on paper, Zack Ryder versus Evan Bourne, it was just too short, but it's live TV, and we know that all these matches, like I said earlier, are 3-4 minutes,
But that's the kind of match, dude, I'd love to see on like a pay-per-view as, a lower card match, but I mean, still give those guys, a couple, more minutes than that at least, and I think they can put on a pretty solid match.
No doubt, and they're, you can see the effect of the post-draft here with guys like, William Regal had a skid on Raw last night. Zack Ryder was out here last night, and R-Truth was another one, and Ted DiBiase was another one. Where that's another thing when we were talking about ratings earlier. You can't necessarily blame it all on WWE's PG product as. Oops, hold on once, my bad. You can't necessarily blame it on WWE's PG product. You can there's other reasons why the rating has gone down, and they're in a rebuilding stage, you know what I mean? Where a lot of main eventers over the past years, and they're still, Taker's not going to be around for much longer, and guys are out with injuries, so they're in this rebuilding stage where guys like Sheamus and even Cena's kind of new, these young guns that are up and coming, and a lot of people, it takes time, and that could also cause a rating slip when you got guys out there. I guarantee if I went and asked my buddy that used to follow wrestling, do you have any idea who Zack Ryder and Evan Bourne are? Nobody would have a clue.
Look at that whole roster. I mean, how many of those guys were there 5 years ago? You know what I mean? I mean, since Bret Hart was there, I think the only guys left there since Bret Hart, back in like '98 is Mark Henry and Triple H. I mean, even just 5 years ago. I mean, how many of these guys were even there? I mean,
it's crazy. It's there, and you got to understand WWE. You've got to build new stars. You know what I mean? You've got to build around the future, and basically it boils down to you've got your PG rating, which caters to obviously advertisers, but also kids as well. And like we talked about earlier, kids are going to grow up and they're going to continue supporting the product and continue watching it. So they've got to cater to these kids. And then you've also got to take younger talent and you've got to build them up because they're going to be the future. So it all comes down to the future of WWE, and that, that's where that PG rating and building new stars comes into play. And
I think you said it perfectly, though. I mean, I kind of compare WWE to any kind of sports franchise, if you want to look at it that way. Like you said, it's a rebuilding process. They're kind of taking the hits now, but, maybe a year from now, 6 months from now, I mean, some of these guys, like maybe R-Truth, Zack Ryder, Evan Bourne, these guys are going to be maybe household names.
And what are you going to do? Are you going to base your main events around Triple H and Undertaker in every main event, these older guys? Obviously not. You've got to put guys like Sheamus in the main event. You've got to put guys, younger guys in the mix. You've got to get them in there with the veteran guys, get that rub, and then build these new guys up. And that's exactly, they're in a rebuilding phase right now. So, I mean, a lot of people say that the product sucks, WWE product sucks, and it's not good, but the fact is that they need to do this. They need to get these guys, they need to set these guys up for the future. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm looking at, like, hate them or love them. I mean, they did it perfectly the way they did Sheamus. They brought Sheamus in. I mean, that was just perfect.
Well,
I mean, whether you hate the guy or love him.
Not only that, but, it's easy to watch a TV show, but, I mean, think about Tyler Rex, right, where he goes out there and he acts like a cocky guy.
Zack Ryder?
Zack Ryder. Did I say Tyler Rex?
Tyler Rex?
Ah, son of a bitch. What's with this Tyler thing, man? Tyler. I don't know. But it's they go out there. I know that I couldn't go out there and put on a gimmick like Zack Ryder did. I almost did it again, man. Like Zack Ryder did last night. I couldn't go out there in front of 20,000 people, 14,126, I think was the attendance last night in Pittsburgh. But that takes a lot of balls to go out there in front of 15,000 people, grab a microphone. And I'm not saying that we're entertainers. Obviously, we're not. Otherwise, we'd be in WWE, right? We'd be doing it. But it takes a lot of balls to go out there in front of 15,000 people and act like a total prick. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
To take that gimmick out there and act like that. So a lot of times where we come on here and say, oh, this segment sucked, that segment sucked, it's tough to do. You know what I mean?
Oh, especially when you got the fans screaming at you, you know, every second you're, being a prick out there.
Yeah, you've got guys that are in your right and left ear yelling shit from the stands. That's distracting, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think we give them a little bit more shit than we should, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I gotta give, though, like you said, Zack Ryder major props. That was great.
Yeah, Zack Ryder is one of the guys that I pointed out the Miz to Boone months ago when he was on here. I said, I really like the Miz, man. I like the way he's progressing. And Miz, Miz is another guy that's really come a long way, man. I mean, that guy, Jesus, he was on, what was it, the Real World, right?
Yeah, hey, Ryan, you gotta fix your microphone, bro.
What's the matter?
You're sounding really low. You're kind of fading out.
Really?
Okay, now you sound a little bit better. There you go.
Oh, I have no idea what's going on. My bad. Let me try to close some stuff out on my computer, dude. I got tons and tons of shit up here. How do I sound now?
Now you sound gold.
Sound good? All right. No, I might have to get out of this chat room here in a little bit. Guys, WZROnline.com/chat. Microphone's falling off the back of my head. Anything can happen on live radio, right?
Oh, for sure. Look what happened to us 2 weeks ago.
Baby, live! You gotta give me the, oh, yeah. See, you're new to this, man. Live, baby, live, and then, oh, yeah. Me and Boone.
Can I hit you with the Macho Man, oh, yeah?
You can do it. Let's try it right now. Live, baby, live!
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's decent. We got to work on the Macho Man Randy Savage accent, but I'll give it to you.
I'm not like Jay Lethal yet.
Oh, man, Jay Lethal, I'll tell you what.
God. He was gold as Ric Flair last week.
Wasn't he? He was, and we were just talking about it, guys like Tyler Rex. Can you imagine, I know Jay Lethal's only out there in front of, 1,200 fans, but can you imagine going out there and trying to do that? You know what I mean?
All I know is this guy is, he might be a jobber, but this guy is gold on the mic for TNA, and they need to keep him in the show.
Oh, definitely. They like his work. He's been featured in recent weeks, so they obviously see something. And how could you not see something in that? You know what I mean?
So, for sure.
Hey, do you have you got a Raw report? We left off, we got about 9 more minutes. We'll talk about Raw just a little bit more. I had to X out my report there. But we left off John Cena. Yeah, and he did the I quit thing. Just run it down real quick, man. I'll chime in here. I don't have anything up. I'll try to get it fixed after the break.
Okay, well, really, John Cena just came down and he wanted to say that he thanked Sheamus for basically attacking him last week because it gave him a